Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 10th, and I have just a few things to share. I have completed my trip book, and I've made a video for that, but here's a little quick look. I've got the binding done, we got a blank cover, we got all the little sections in it. Actually, I think this is the front. I need to figure out a put something on there so I know where the front is. Each day, which is a signature, has a little tab now, and I haven't put the dates on them yet because I'm pretty sure we're doing Saturday through Saturday, but you never know, something might change. And guess where we have booked our reservations? Can you see that? I bet you can see this though. That's right, we're gonna go to Vegas. Now, we're not going there with the specific purpose of hitting up casinos. We're going there to look at everything and hit up the art stores. So that'll be awesome. I took these pages out of an old road atlas. You know how they always change every couple years with all the new roads coming in. So I figured it would be alright to scavenge from this. I don't know what this clearance sticker's on here for. This is a page for Las Vegas specifically. Had some stuff in it. I thought that might be fun. This one here is actual Nevada. And then this one is New Hampshire, but this side of it had Reno and the Strip on it, which I figured I would trim off and add. I've also put in a request to one of the Visitors Bureau websites to have a Vegas Visitor's Guide book sent to me. And I don't know how long that'll take to get here, but obviously I have plenty of time. One annoying thing, when I was looking for stickers and ephemera to use for this book, I went to Hobby Lobby, and I swear, this is the only Vegas thing they had in all of their stickers. Just this one, Jolie's Boutique. There was nobody else. And I thought that was a little ridiculous. What happened to all the Vegas stuff? They had, you know, I'm from Wyoming, and I appreciate seeing Wyoming stuff, but they actually had Wyoming things. You've got Yellowstone in Wyoming and Jackson Hole, and I don't think those are either on the scale of the visitors to Vegas. So it was a little weird. You know, in past years I've gone up in there and I always saw Vegas stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to go there. So I think I'm going to have to hit up eBay or anybody, scrapbook stores online. See if I can find some other Vegas stuff, because while these are cute, they aren't everything I would want. I'm not going to go see any showgirls, really. So I thought it would be nice to have had, you know, this is the MGM Grand. Well, there's lots of other fun establishments there besides the MGM. I thought like something like this with different parts of Vegas listed would have been fun. So anyway, I did find this one there. This is Stickability's brand. It's just some travel-y stuff. Not really going with the Vegas theme, but I couldn't find anything else, so I figured it would be better than nothing. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for that. If you know of any place that had some good Vegas stickers or products, let me know. Having my morning coffee. One of the other things I've been doing is trimming out pictures. And first thing I do is I rip the page out of the book, and then I come back through, and depending on how I'm feeling, I either trim around the image like this, where I have a bit of a border, and then later on, or you know, obviously if I felt like doing it at the time, I'll come back through, and I don't even know if I have one in this pile now that I'm saying I do it. Oh, here's one. I'll come back through and actually trim out, you know, the whole thing. Still need to do this little part here in her arm, but for the most part she's done. Now I've collected these pictures of people for a couple different reasons. I like this one specifically because she's doing this kind of odd, you know, This is not a normal pose people are usually in. She seems like maybe she's flinging her hair back. And it kind of seems like some entertaining things can be done with her by adjusting maybe her position, you know, that kind of thing. This one here, she's perched on the shelf. She could easily be chopped out and made to perch somewhere else. That one's just kind of a neat picture of a lady. This one here, she was getting up and walking away from a table that had a young man at it, you know, and she looks pretty pissed off. So that was interesting story behind that one. This lady here, she's laying on a pile of quilts or sheets or something, and they all had some fascinating patterns and color combos, and I thought that was pretty. And then, you know, like different ways people are positioned that maybe they can be added to scenes. This lady's sitting on a couch. I can cut her out and make her sit on anything I want. This lady's by a window, so you can add her to scenes where she's gazing off, looking at other stuff. A couple of different outfits that look nice. Here's another one of that lady on the couch. Thought that one was a really nice picture. And then of course I come through and I pick out face ones on occasion. And these may or may not stay as complete faces, or they might be harvested for their parts. And when I say harvested, I mean cut the eyes out and the mouth off and do something with that. So what I'd like to do, here's a funny one. We got some exercise stuff, so we can make her do some silly things. Maybe she's standing, or maybe something interesting will be put in her hands. But what I'd like to do with these is make some collage pages. I'm trying to get my pile out of my lap here. I've got a bunch of peoples. I'd like to make some collage pages with these where I do some changes to them. And when I say changes, I thought it would be funny to have, let's see if I can find a picture real quick. I don't know if you can hear my kitty. She has her toy and she's running around talking about it. Alright, I'm not finding the folder I want. I'll show you these folders in a minute too. Okay. One of the other things I've been cutting out is individual parts. So what you see on the table right now is towels hanging on racks. But oddly enough, those towels can become skirts. You know, obviously this woman's leg pose is not going to work for what I'm talking about, but one of these other ladies with her legs kind of together more could easily have a towel added instead of what she's wearing. So I thought that might be humorous. And then of course we have the replace the eyes scenario. I just dropped something. I think I've mentioned the replace the eyes scenario on a different video. Here she comes. You got your bunny? Oh, it's a silly girl. You got your bunny? Yeah, funny girl. Alright. So we can replace eyes with jewelry to make them look kind of weird. And then with these smaller images, like this lady, I thought it would be funny also. There's a multitude, actually this one might be better to show. There's a multitude of items in images that you wouldn't think to use. This is actually a part of a watch. That's the adjuster for your time. Aren't you chatty this morning? Chatty, chatty. I don't have a piece of paper nearby. Let me use my book. Alright, so we have the woman. I cut the image of the watch was really big. You can cut the little dial off and it can become a hat. I thought that would be kind of funny on some, I don't know if I'll put it on her, but new way to use pieces along with the rings for eyeballs. You can dress them up in weirdo hats. And like this here, this is a necklace. Well, I don't think I'm going to be using it on anybody as a necklace. But say we had a face that was arranged the correct orientation, which I'm not sure if I do have one. Let's just use this woman. Say this was the correct size. I could easily trim the sides off and give her a weirdo hat. See? So I'm working on those. Now, when I'm going through the magazines and I find these collections of jewelry, like we have a set of earrings, here's another set of earrings, this is a necklace and bracelet set that went with it. So I trim them down, and I've been inserting them into this binder. Here's an option for a funny hat. This is actually a chandelier, so you flip it around. Now you have a hat or a birthday cake, right? So once you've cut all these little things out, you need a place to put them. So I got out a couple of sets of my folders, and these page protectors are too big for the folders, but that was alright, I didn't mind. This is my small elements one. So I have an assortment of page protectors, and I got these ideas actually from Shannon Green. She does a lot of her parts and pieces into stuff like this. This is a coin collector's type page protector, so you got your little 2x2 squares. So I put all the little earring parts in there and the little doodads that will make good detailed items. And then back here I have a baseball card sized page protector. I don't know why these are loose. Probably because I need to still trim them, but we'll put them in there. So we got baseball card size, so we have, you know, for a little bit bigger item, and I actually need to add another one in. I want to put one in that's for 3x3 or 4x6, I don't remember. I have it in one of my other folders, I'll show you. So I'm collecting chairs, lamps, we have interesting handles. These all came from a home design kind of book, magazines. And then we have, alright, faces and parts and people. So this is where all those faces are going to go. So if I found an image that had maybe some eyes or some lips that worked, but sorry about the glare, but maybe the rest of the paper wasn't useful to me because there was writing or whatever, then I can trim the parts out and stuff them in the little pockets here. And then I've got a little bit bigger pocket, the baseball card ones for bigger images. And then here's those, I think these are 3x3s. So the insert hole is this big, so there's 6 per page. So I've got bigger ones in there. And then here's full faces that are a little bit smaller. Here's some shower curtains I thought would make funny skirts. Same with those towels. And then in the 4 per page sections, I've got like purses and skirts and legs, because you can always mix and match bodies and create a new look entirely. Here's a gentleman that's doing some kind of back bend kind of deal. And then the back section will be for all the large faces and stuff that won't fit in one of these small pockets. I might add in a, you know, full-size page protector pouch for that as well. And then this one, that's small elements. This one here is backgrounds, and what I did was just any image that looked like it might look good in the background of something. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to have an object to sit on or, you know, something to look at. Just something with a nice fabric. Here's a neat fabric being shown that could be good as a background. These were swatch type pages where you had little bits of fabrics. Those could work well in a background. And then on occasion there was some where the whole entire picture made for a nice background. So I might be able to work getting a person into that tub, or, you know, a dog or something weird, or maybe it's just something that someone's looking at. Here's a couch. I've got a few people sitting down. See, this lady here would have been great to cut out if that giant Neiman Marcus exclamation point stuff wasn't on her leg. So here's a good situation for a background. Let me find a person. So maybe she's chilling by the fireplace. So, like that. So it's easy to take one image from one page and add it to another. Maybe she's chilling on the bed. She's a little mad because the bed's too small for her, obviously. And this would be kind of like a Alice in Wonderland kind of situation where she needs to go find that potion. So there's those. And I've been collecting the watches because those are fun. I thought it might be neat. I don't know who did it, so forgive me if it's you and I've forgotten it was your idea, but someone had gone through and collected images of things and put all those specific things on a page together. It might have been Shannon. So you would take, I've been cutting out a lot of pictures of chairs, so I would take all of my pictures of chairs and make a giant collage on the page of the chairs that I've been collecting. I like to collect the couches too because, well, she can't sit on that couch. If it were big enough, she could, right? Or, you know, if you found a dog or something. Here's a fun chair. So she's obviously not quite the right size, but, you know, it could be amusing. This depends on what you're aiming for. So I thought maybe I could do some of those pages where everything on the page is the same thing. Alright, let me get this out of the way a little bit. Now, what I think what I'm going to use when I'm doing those different random collage pages is these. This is a grocery bag, paper grocery bag. My particular store does not imprint anything on the bag, so I get a nice surface here. So we have, this is the side that has no seam in it. So I've just cut the whole side off and actually used a palette knife, I think, and just tore the edges off. So we'll have that nice surface. Folded it in half. Nice big section of space. Good contrast with the brown, with the images from the book. And I so far have 3 signatures with that. And I'm not sure how I'm going to bind any of this. I might use some of that fun tape that I mentioned in my video that you'll see later this week. Here comes my kitty again with her toy. You hear her talking? You silly? You silly? You got a bunny? She's so entertaining. Alright, so the other thing I've been doing, I got the new Lost Ocean coloring book by Johanna Basford. I love her books. I actually have all 3 of them. And some other coloring books. I think I'll do another video where I talk about the coloring books I have, but I've been working in here. Let's see, this is one I've been doing. So you can see all the inky goodness. So far I've been using primarily ink pens of some type. I do have a little bit of colored pencil in here. I use the colored pencil on these masts for the boat. And I've been using metallics and glitter. You can see the little bit of glitter there on that little building by my thumb. And just doing whatever, enjoying myself. When I was working on this one, I got a little bit of colored pencil here in the waves. Need to come back through and do some more of that. Let's see. I worked on this border here. I love to color. My husband enjoys me hanging out with him when he's home from work, and sitting there watching him watch TV can be quite boring. So if I have my coloring book, then I'm doing something with my hands and my brain, essentially, that I enjoy and still feel like I'm, you know, providing him some company. So, I will explain what coloring items I use in my next video. So please stay tuned for that. I should have that out sometime this week. If not this week, it should be next week. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far. And if you are oh, thank you, by the way, to all of my new subscribers. I know you've joined because of my collaboration with Faces thing from this weekend. And appreciate you being here, so make sure you check out some of my old videos. And if you have any questions or comments or requests, please please message me or post in the comments. I'd appreciate it. And I thank everyone for being here. Please like, subscribe, share if you enjoy what you're watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.